Hey everybody, I'm Emily from the Indigo Girls, and I'm also writing music and lyrics for the musical Starstruck, written by Beth Malone and Marianne Stratford, which was invited to take part in the Rhinebeck Writers Retreat. It was absolutely instrumental for me to take part in Rhinebeck because my life is so crazy and there are very few opportunities for focused work.
The day we got accepted to Rhinebeck Writers Retreat, we were on Zoom and just like jumping up and down and hooting and hollering because it meant a lot. It validated our piece. The press generated, put us on the map for a lot of people in Manhattan. We became legitimized. We were on their radar and things like that.
Hi, my name is Kyle Jarrow, and I am so grateful for the Rhinebeck Writers Retreat. I went up there with Duncan Sheik to work on a new musical of ours called Noir. We had really nothing except for the idea to the show when we got up there. But being there among this beautiful countryside with silence, with the ability to focus, we outlined the story. Duncan wrote the first probably 5 songs. I wrote the lyrics for those songs. We really figured out the story we wanted to tell. It really kick-started creating this piece that has now gone on to be finished and is about to get produced for the very first time. And I don't know if we could have really done it without this opportunity to go to a place where we could just shut out the noise of the world and focus on the work.
I'm Brian Quijada. I am co-creator of Maxidus, which was developed the Rhinebeck Writers Retreat. I want to say that one of the beautiful things that happened at Rhinebeck was that my co-collaborator Nygel D and I were able to be in a room together after writing and developing an entire piece for a year where we wrote a musical apart.
Rhinebeck gave us a week in beautiful upstate New York in seclusion and quiet and this beautiful scenery to just sit together and figure this thing out. We wrote new songs, we scrapped old songs, we did a lot of things because we were really lucky that we were in Poughkeepsie with New York Stage of Film actually putting the thing on its feet. And then right after that, we go to Rhinebeck. So like everything that we found out was wrong with the play, we figured it out in Rhinebeck.
I think the thing that makes Rhinebeck Writers Retreat so rare, though, is that it's kind of like the great equalizer. Because the year that I did my residency, I was in it with Broadway veterans and regional theater favorites, as well as emerging writers. I think I was one of those, technically.
It was a really wonderful creative space and an encouraging space. And it just really was the first time I felt like, oh, wow, we actually might have something here.
Rhinebeck really has their finger on the pulse of what's happening in musical theater, you know, and conversations that we got to have both with Kathy and with Donald and Hilton about allowing and encouraging, in fact, writing teams or writing individuals to write from their heart. Like, what is it that they want to write about?
I think Rhinebeck Writers Retreat is very important to musical theater in general because I think artists need time away. It's really hard to be as creative as you possibly can when you've got the hustle and bustle of New York City. You've got all these people around you and it's just taking your energy and taking your focus away. But when you get to go away and go to beautiful upstate New York in the middle of the woods, you have all the time in the world to sit and be quiet and focus and figure out how to make your play or your musical as good as it can possibly be.
I gotta say that there ought to be 20 Rhinebeck retreats every year. There should be 20 of them. That's not an exaggeration. 20 doing the same thing as the one does now. So yeah, you know, until that time happens though, like, thank you so much, Rhinebeck, for being so many artists' true north.
We're so happy and grateful to be able to have come up and had the time to work on Maxidus, our show. Thanks so much.
So we're very, very grateful to have been selected, and we were just sort of like blown away that we got in.
I hope that as many groups as possible get to participate in Rhinebeck.
There's almost no experience as valuable as the Rhinebeck Writers Retreat. Just so thankful to have been able to be part of it. And it is so worthy of my support and your support to help them continue to give those kinds of opportunities to artists in the future.